Yanling, it's great to see you. You look great. Now tell us why in China is live streaming so popular and so successful?
I guess it's almost like everywhere, and also at this moment I'm so excited to see you, but even through very expensive satellite, but with very cheap and held in the hand, you can be getting this instant gratification to be show yourself and shine, and maybe even fame is on up for the grab. I think lots of people are so excited for this 15 minutes or 15 seconds of fame. I guess that's the most obvious reasons.
So they do it because they can.
I guess personally, that's definitely more obvious. Behind the scenes, also this huge money machines drive you to upload your information, provide your data, and that can be also transformed into multi-million dollars business. I guess that's also a very hidden driving engines behind this all as well.
Yeah, I wonder what's the difference between the live streaming business in China and that in foreign countries. For instance, we know that with Facebook or Twitter, you can also do live broadcasts, but what is special about the live streaming platform here in China?
I would like to just recall a story, how Periscope, this very famous live stream platform, was founded. Because the founders, they traveled to Turkey and discovered that you cannot find any vivid visual footage or informations about that uprising protest. And out of those kind of social concern, they would like to build such a platform and sharing information instantly with a global audience. But that kind of story we really rarely hear and see in China. And most of live stream platform, as far as I see, since Niwotata does a lot of startup camps and startup platforms, we see so many platforms and so many apps developers are much more driven by the lucrative audience, so-called fans and data, instead of that kind of informations or like social or even social or philosophical ambition. So that also kind of transmit different chemistry or different atmosphere when you open up different apps. I think there are so many entertaining live streaming apps in China, much more the content much more entertaining or self-performing rather than other live streams I see overseas. Of course, always like lots of ideas of showing myself and provide myself a new platform, but so many more social and so many concerning or inspiring contents are very hard to find in the ocean of information in live stream platform in China. That's just my personal experiences.
What about the downsides, the possible risks involved in such a hot following of live streaming and the huge amount of money that's involved? I mean, in China, for instance, for a college girl, she can make up to $7,200 a month by doing live streaming, business.
Yeah, this is really pose a threat to, let's put this old-fashioned way about morals or moral standard. Because I think I want to quote the Einstein saying that there's no limitations of the size of a universe or the stupidity people can learn to copy. So in live stream platform, once you see something that really bring interest, fame, and fortune, and somehow seems so easy to lure people to the other side. And of course, live streams also, like any other internet tools, provide both sides, the possibilities. But if we don't really, from a central or as policymakers, trying to manure or control or at least give some regulation guidelines, I do see there's lots of this kind of confusions among youngsters and can easily attract or lure them to the other side. That is. It sounds make me sound like an old person, but it does make me concerned.
Well, we're mature, right? Thank you very much, Yanling, joining us from Stockholm. And here in the studio, I'm joined by Ms. Han Hua, a fellow from the Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies from Renmin University in Beijing.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. There is one thing that's also very interesting that is called virtual gifts. right? When
Yes.
somebody is doing live streaming, if I'm live streaming myself, the people who are watching me, if they like what I do, they can send me virtual gifts, and this virtual gifts can eventually be changed into real money, right?
Yes.
Is that a special phenomenon here in China, and is that boosting this kind of live
Yeah,
streaming?
this
business?
is part of the, we call it live streaming or online celebrity economics cycle. The cycle is actually fully completed in China versus the live streaming industry in the foreign countries. The virtual gifts, or it can be monetized, is actually the last step from the content towards the product. And at the end of the day, how to monetize this whole kind of industry. It is from either, you sell the products online by those celebrities and make it monetize from Taobao or other online platforms, e-commerce platforms, or you can do it through the virtual gifts or to monetize it a little bit later.
Yeah, but this possibility of making such huge revenue is also because of China's huge leaps and forward it has made in fintech, in online payment, right? Because
Yes.
everybody has some kind of a online bank account
Yeah.
that's associated with our real bank account, so
Yeah.
that we are paying real money to
There
these people.
was a real experiment done by CNN or some other foreign media outlet in China that they can virtually make a very good day without doing any, using any real money. They're just using the Tencent WeChat or the Taobao, Zhifubao, as well as other online payment methods. This is one of the factors to drive to the outcome of the live streaming economy. One is the online payment method. The other is the solid and very substantial online user basis. We have like the largest online user internet servers in the world, which is about 800 million internet netizens in China. This
And
is
everybody has it on their phone almost.
and the mobile thing, the
Yeah.
mobile apps, as well as people are, going mobile, wireless, anytime, anywhere, using the using the iPad, the mobile phones, as well as other methods. So the people's time are really, broken into, very scattered pieces. And this kind of scattered pieces are really used or fit into the online streaming content, which is short, which is user generated, which is the fast moving consumer goods, one of the fast moving consumer goods.
What kind of challenge does it pose for the regulators? How can people regulate that? How can you tax that?
We know that the ultimate direction is to have it legalized through the legislative work and efforts.
Right
But
now
down
it's
the
all
road-
legal, right? Right now it's legal. There's no law being broken
No,
if you,
it's
unless you
no law, but it's the regulations having, coming up, step by step. But usually nowadays the regulations always come out as a crisis management, not doing it beforehand. So maybe the regulators or the self-regulation, like the industry associations, need to be established and to do some self-regulations with regard to the content, with regard to the product they are selling online, and grow gradually, to move towards a law or some other formats of legislative work.
Right now it's a free ride for everybody.
Yeah, but you have to take responsibilities, if you get into some really, some poor content as well as some really assertive content online.
Then there will be some law to regulate. There is the law to regulate.
To regulate that from SARF, from some other, from the Internet Office of the State Council as well.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Han Hua from the Chongyang Institute for
Sure, you're
Financial
welcome.
Studies.